All right, so we got us a risk-free trade, and we are getting that break past that previous wick. That is a good sign for us to probably hit our TP. If we don't hit our TP, I do want to get out at this zone right now. We are up $900. I'm gonna go ahead and move my take profit down to where not only this is a risk-free trade, but this is a profitable trade. At the end of the day, even if it does happen to reverse, we still making 537 right now. We up around 1,000, man. I know you've seen 1,000, but yeah, man. I would like to get out around this area if it happens to reject, instead of letting it hit that take profit at 537. You know, come away with around $800, $900, because this area is where the market was rejecting. But this was a solid trade, and this is the second I basically re-entered on this trade. We up that $1,000. We at TP3. Yeah, man, solid trade. Let's start the day. We're just basically trying to survive, because as long as we're able to survive, we're gonna catch them 1 to 10 moves. They happen all the time, but we gotta have the accounts for it.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to, I would say just literally just, you know, pick a strategy and just practice it, like back test it. Like, I can't tell you the hours, like the amount of hours I spent just back testing strategies. Me personally, I do support and resistance and market structure. Because I just feel like, you know, if you have that, no matter what strategy you use, at the end of the day, you're following market structure and support and resistance. Even a brand new trader can see it. So if you're doing supply and demand, you're doing, I don't know, in too many strategies, but like it really doesn't matter the strategy. I would just say focus on market structure and support and resistance, to be honest. Let me show my screen. When you trade at all-time highs, I ain't gonna lie, it get a little scary. All right, we can look at gold because it looks the best. Now, personally, let me just go over my time frames. I like to go from the hour to the 30-minute to the 15 to the 5 to the 3-minute. Now, when I'm marking up my charts, one of my other clients, they was telling me like, why can't I do the 4-hour? You could do the 4-hour, but you're not really going to get the best interpretation of what the market's going to do. So what I like to do is I like to go to a higher time frame, either the hour or 4-hour. We can just start for the 4-hour. I'll give an example. So basically, you know, you have your overall market structure. So what I like to do is I like to use the Pathfinder tool. I like to go from this area, that's a high, that's a low, that's kind of a high, a low, high, low, test at a high. Let me get this out of the way. Low, high, low, high, low. And if you're ever having trouble with the candlesticks, what I like to do is I like to use the line chart as well. And the line chart, it gives you like almost like a easier way of like seeing where the high, or like where the market reacts to and drops off. So that's just like some simple stuff. But when you get to the 4-hour time frame, it's not as in depth as the hour time frame, and this is why I like to use the hour time frame, just to get like a HD version of it, or just to make my areas more precise. So what I like to do is, since we already got our highs and lows, they're kind of the same. I like to do my zones like this. I don't use a line, because I feel like a line is like really, it's telling you like, okay, let me move this. The line is telling you, all right, this is your level. If it goes past it, it broke through. Now you should look for a break and retest, but that may not be the case because the line is just so precise. So I like to use a box, because the box basically says, all right, it's this general area instead of this one exact like number or like point.
Yeah.
So let me just copy this. And we're gonna put this right here. And we can do one more. But you can really see, like, I'm basically using all the areas from me just doing the highs and lows from the 4-hour. If I want to get more in depth, I can do the hour time frame. But I'm basically just going off of this little area that I marked out, and these are my key levels, and those are the levels that I'm gonna choose to trade from. So those are my key levels. So basically at this point, you know, I got my key levels. I'm telling myself, all right, if the market comes here, I want to see certain things. At the end of the day, you know, you got to build a story. Like, you can't just expect, okay, well, the market came here, let me take a sell. That may not be the case, because the market could easily break through and give you a buy. So let's go to a different time frame. Let's go to the 15-minute, and I'm gonna go over here. All right, so let's just look at this area, for example. Now, you know, at the end of the day, you know, this could be seen as support because we had multiple bounces. We had a bounce right here. We had another bounce right here. We had another bounce right here. And we had, oh shit, it's like 2 more bounces. So we got a bunch of bounces, right? So at the end of the day, you know, if you trade in basics, support and resistance, you know, this will basically tell you, you know, you're looking for support. Let me go ahead and take a buy here. But you got to be able to understand the story that the market's basically giving you. And this is why I say I trade basic market structure with key levels, which is basically support and resistance. So you can see, you know, the market, it did bounce at support. It broke some structure over here and made some highs. But let's just look at what the market is doing now. So boom, you got your high, and you got your higher low, and then you got your lower high, and then you got the market
trended down.
Right, now it's trending down. So, you know, once it comes to these key levels, you know, all you really got to do is just ask yourself, like, you know, why would the market keep going up? Like, yeah, it bounced up right here, but with that bounce up, did it break a high? No, it didn't. It started to push a little bit lower. Okay, it bounced again. All right, but when it came down to it bouncing right here, it already gave you a breaker structure to the downside. Now, when you get this breaker structure to the downside, that's basically telling you like, all right, well, let me just change my bias, because no way the buyers want to buy if they're showing, you know, momentum towards the downside.
All right, I'm in a rush because I have a smoothie from Smoothie King melting away in my car right now. Appreciate it. Alright, so let me give y'all the rundown. It's been a minute since y'all seen me. I originally had 4 vlogs recorded, but for some reason they're all gone, so I just kind of have to basically redo them. And today we are at the mall. I want to get these shoes. They look like Mason Margielas, but they're from Steve Madden. They cost $100. If you know anything about Mason Margielas, they're like $700 shoes, but these Steve Madden ones are $100. So I just want to go try them on before I buy them online and they don't fit, and I got to go through that refund process. But the reason I have the camera picked up today is because there's been a lot of change in my life. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, where do I even want to start? Shit, let me see. So I ended up going back to school. Right now I'm studying to be a X-ray tech, or a radiography technicianist. And basically what that is, whenever you break a bone or something, you know, you go to the doctor, and I'll be the one doing the images and prescribing that information to the doctor. So that's the career that I'm getting into. It's been a lot of ups and downs with that. Been feeling like the school system was trying to like screw me over. For example, I met with an advisor. It took about a month to meet with this lady. Once I met with her, she's like, oh yeah, you're not supposed to meet with me, you gotta meet with somebody else. All right, cool. Took another month to schedule that appointment. Now, once the appointment was scheduled, it was like, oh, well, you ended up missing the opportunity to get into the class, so now you have to wait until the next round, which means they would have pushed me back about 2.5 years. So that little inconvenience right there could have been the reason why I dropped out. And I was thinking about it, I'm not even gonna lie, but luckily I was able to find my advisor's phone number. I did my own research, went on LinkedIn, found out who she was, got that number, and I had cold called her. She picked up, and now I'm in the class. So God is good with that. But yeah, man, this X-ray tech stuff, you know, it's a process, not even gonna lie. But I'm learning a lot about anatomy, a lot about the bones, a lot about, you know, just what it's like to be an X-ray tech. So that's my schooling journey. I just bought the Steve Madden shoes. If you see me out in public, these not Steve Madden's, boy, this is Mason Margiela. I feel like it was like a good cop, because literally the Mason Margiela shoes are $7.99. These that look just like them are $130. So yeah, I feel like that was definitely must cop, not even gonna lie. Something chill. Something chill, just in case I want to throw in a little quarters, nothing major. But yeah, man. So that's basically life. I'm not even gonna lie. I do want to get some sambas. I ain't even gonna cap either. I'ma chill. I spent enough for today. But yeah. So that's life. I'm trying to think of anything else that I may have forgotten about. X-ray tech, school. We're doing 101s now. If you want to do a 101, DM me. Are you right there, bro? Bro, I swear, bro. Florida drivers are literally the worst, bro. And it's only a certain type of people that are Florida drivers, bro. This is crazy, bro. And she got on gloves. She had on driving gloves and she's trash. How you buying driving accessories and you trash? All right, you know what? Let me calm down. But yeah, man. So my day is basically over. I'm not even gonna lie. All right, YouTube. That's really the end of today's vlog. Went to the doctor, but basically had a solid trade. Did a 101. Went to the doctor. Went to the mall. And that's really it, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. It's 12:30. I gotta find something to do. I ain't even gonna lie. Probably just gonna work out. Hopefully somebody hit me up for a 101. Keep myself a little busy. But other than that, man, that's really it. I don't got no class today. So yeah, I don't gotta study either, man. So we chilling, man. We big chilling. But I also remembered what I was forgetting. So in one of the videos that got deleted somehow, I'm creating this AI business. Now I feel like this AI space, it's almost like trading in like 2021. Like nobody really know how to do it. A lot of people know how to do it, but like nobody really know how to do it for real. And a lot of people want to learn because they know the potential in it. So I've been struggling with this AI business. We'll probably go over that in another video, but I just want to just go over exactly a little bit of it. So basically what I'm doing with this business is it's an AI caller. Basically, let's just say if I have a catering business, right? And let's say you're interested, you want to buy some steak. So basically you'll call the number, which is technically me. You'll call the number and I'll have an AI caller be able to basically answer any question, any response. It'll literally talk for me. But you know, the AI is going to be doing the talking, the booking of the schedule. All I got to do is just look at what the AI did, like the conversation, and basically just make whatever, you feel me? So yeah, so I'm working on an AI business as well. I've been struggling with it. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been stuck on, I can have the caller talk, I can have them have a complete conversation. The thing is when it comes down to booking the appointment, I've been having errors with that, and it's unfortunate because, you know, I got people that are interested. I was at the Dolphin game, follow me on Instagram because I'm always doing something. But I was at a Dolphin game and I was talking to some guy and I was like, hey, do you implement AI into your business? And he was like, no, but I really want to. And I went ahead and described, you know, what I'm doing. He was like, yeah, man, give me a call. And I wanted to give him a call, but if my systems aren't working, what am I talking to you for? I'm just wasting your time, my time, everybody's time. So yeah, I really need to get that working. So I'm gonna try to drop some videos on that, but I really need to get it working so I can start making calls, so I can start just networking. Because once I got that active, bro, that's when I can get that business jumping, you hear me? But yeah, so I believe that's the last part I was missing. So that's everything. That's what I've been up to as I've been away from YouTube. Day trading, X-ray tech in school, AI calling business, just an AI business, and doing 101s. So that's what you missed. But we are here. I'm going to be posting as much as possible until I can, until I have to like really lock into school, and you know, but I'm gonna try to post as much as possible. So yeah, that's really it, man. So be sure to like, share, and of course subscribe. I will see you all in the next video.